Hello, everybody. Happy Mindset Monday. Today's Mindset Monday, the topic is going to be you control the process while they control the decision. So, if you ever doubt your value in a transaction, ask yourself this question. If I do nothing at one of the many decision points in a transaction, what will happen? I can tell you this, something is going to happen, right? There's hundreds of crossroads and decision points in every transaction. Each has its own set of consequences, both positive and negative. So whenever you come to a decision point, my best advice for you is to offer your clients choices and then the corresponding consequences to each of those choices. Ninja argues that the best approach that we as realtors can take is for us to control the process and then to have our clients control the decision. That can take place when it comes to pricing, staging, timing, dates, terms, inclusions, exclusions, contingencies, etc. Right? So there's different types of transactions that we do. The most critical points of a listing, for instance, if you're putting a property on the market, are going to be price, timing, inclusions and exclusions, condition of the property, like repairs, staging, etc., and then showing availability. Right? Can you actually get somebody in there to see it and then show it to sell it? The most critical decision points of any buyer are going to be price, what the maximum they're willing to pay is, financing, timing, location, condition, style, and size, and then contingencies, right? Home sale, inspection, etc. And then once you get a contract, the most critical decision points of any contract are going to be price, terms, dates, inclusions and exclusions, and then contingencies. So what separates the exceptional realtors from the average ones ultimately lies in how they control or don't control the process. So as realtors, we are the professionals and our clients expect us to be the leaders of the transaction throughout the transaction, guiding them to ultimately where they want to go. The biggest mistake that I see the average agent make is simply being an order taker. This occurs because while some of what we do is based on science or data, much of what we do in providing guidance is based on art. So better said, much of what we do doesn't have a clear answer, right? There's no just right answer. It's our job to uncover the best answers through a collaborative discussion and discuss all the options and the choices and consequences of each of those. So as buyer's agents, we need to listen to not just what our clients want, but why they want it. We talk about this a lot. From there, it's our job not just to set them up on an auto search and tell them to call us when they see a house that they think they like, right? Instead, we need to use our own search skills. So when they tap into our own network, right? Dig into things, uncover them, show them options, especially ones that may not even fit exactly what they want to buy, right? Maybe they say they want 4 bedrooms, but really they only need 3 and then they need a home office. So ultimately you're looking to solve their problems as to why they're looking to move in the first place. What I see a lot of other agents do, especially listing agents, is spend too much time stressing over not calling their clients because they don't know what the right answer is. But the reality is most complicated decisions don't have just one right answer. There's not some black and white magical answer out there. If that was the case, we wouldn't have a job. So if you struggle with this, try taking the approach of having a collaborative discussion with your clients where you, the agent, comes up with as many possible scenarios as you can think of for the decision point on which you're trying to find an answer. Then lay out both the positive and negative consequences of each of those scenarios. Once you present those, you can discuss the choices and consequences of your clients and then have them feel comfortable enough to make an educated, informed decision alongside of you. And it's a team collaborative approach. So why do we all act this way? Because we all do it, right? We act this way because of fear. So there's some motivational posters out there, you've probably seen them, and they say some people define fear as forget everything and run, while others take on the challenge and define it as face everything and rise. So stop for a minute and just ask yourself this question. Which approach do you take? All of us deal with fear in a different way, right? But the fact is that our clients hire us because they are also dealing with fear. They're dealing with their own fear, and they're willing to pay us really well to help alleviate that fear for them. Buyers have 4 primary points of fear that drive their decision to hire us. The first one is fear of missing the right house, right? So we alleviate that by taking the lead on the search beyond just setting them up on an auto search. The second one is the fear of losing the house, right? We alleviate that by being strong negotiators, right? In a multiple offer situation, they might lose the house, but if we can negotiate appropriately on their behalf and have them set up with everything on the front end, the process, right, then we can help them get that house. The third fear is paying too much, right? Fear of paying too much. We alleviate that by showing them all the comps and then also having an appraisal contingency. And the fourth is by buying a broken house or a money pit, and we can alleviate that by having an inspection contingency written in there as well. Sellers, on the other hand, have three primary points of fear that drive their decision to hire us. The first is selling the property too cheap, right? Leaving money on the table. We alleviate that by showing them both comps that have sold, and then also showing them, and sometimes even taking them through the current competition so that they can price their home in an appropriate manner to get a sale within the time frame that matches what they're looking for. The second one that they're fearful of is paying you, the realtor, too much. We alleviate that by showing them our policy, our process, and then showing them our value both on the front end as well as throughout the process in terms of what we're going to do, how we're going to take care of it, and then obviously living up to those standards. The third is fear that the property is not going to sell in the time frame in which they want it sold. Again, we alleviate that by showing them comps, days on market, absorption rates, and presenting a strategy to them complete with choices and consequences at any given price range and help them make an informed, educated decision. So without practice, we all will fall into old patterns when the spotlight is on us. My challenge to you this week is to evaluate your process and decide, one, if you actually control the process by offering appropriate choices and consequences, and two, do you do so in a clear way so that your client can make that educated, informed decision in which you're also on board. If you're not doing this effectively, and just a hint, most of us are not, right? Then partner up with another agent this week, maybe two, maybe three, do it in a group, whatever, right? Practice those initial consultations with each other as if the other party was an actual client. Then give each other direct and honest feedback so that we can all be better. Our goal at Village is to help you become the best version of yourself so that you can achieve success, whatever your definition of success is, right? Even though we are, separated more than ever with COVID right now, we're all only a phone call or a Zoom call away. So practice, practice, practice. Hope that helps. We'll see you this week.